This is what my arrow tip looks like after probably about a year and a half, 2 years of use. It's not awful, but it could definitely use some sharpening. I like to sharpen these tips. I just get the most life out of them that way. If you're not into that, there's nothing wrong with unscrewing this, putting a fresh one on. That's more convenient. I personally like to save a little money and extend the life of these by resharpening them. This is the first tip that I ever owned. It's an AMS tip. You can tell it looks like a hollow point at this point. I used this thing until its last day. That's just kind of the type of person I am. I don't like to waste things. I don't like to waste money. To sharpen this, we're just going to use a file. On the river, I carry this Leatherman, which I thought had a file, but I realized today it doesn't have a file, so I need to switch that out. Since I'm home and I have access to a nice hand file, I'm going to use that. The only thing you need to keep in mind is don't take this to a belt sander. That'll get the tip real hot. And whenever I took this to the belt sander, that's when it really kind of crumbled in. So I just do it by hand. That way there's less of a chance of me messing up the tip. So if you're out on the river, it's simple enough. Just clamp the arrow between your arm and your body, hold it with that hand, and then these newer tips have that swirl. I don't sharpen all 6 sides. I just turn it into a square point. It's just simpler to sharpen that way. So grab it as tight as you can, and I don't go with the tip or anything. I go perpendicular to it just because that's convenient. And once you have a face filed, turn it 90 degrees, do the same thing. I'm going to take this over to the vise because it's here and it's convenient. And this is annoying holding on to it. If you are going to clamp this in a vise, clamp it up nice and high, close to the point, because if you clamp it right on the end, it's going to bend easily. That's where all the threads are, and you don't want to mess that up because then it won't fit on your arrow very well. So just go at it. Rotate 90 degrees, do the same thing. And this is what it looks like after about 5 minutes of sharpening. Visually it looks sharper, and it feels sharper. It's not perfect. It's also not going to be perfect by hand. Screws on fine. And we're good to go. So hopefully that'll save you a little bit of money in the long run. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down below.